go. See where it go. Okay. Hmm. It's these things right here that make you say, hmm. All right, let me try this. Pardon me for a minute. Da, 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 da. All right. We're going to open up with, no, maybe not that one. All right. Think we're going to make a record. This stuff is all so jiggified. You dig? But boy, look, when I get this thing right, we're going to be on and popping. I'll tell you the truth. I'm looking for a particular piece. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Hang out for a minute. Let me light me up a cigar. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pull my chair up here where we can reach. We might even preach. That's bars. You dig? All right. Look like I can see things up and running. Hopefully, we can get some people in, get some things popping, go over some cool things. I mean, some real nice, cool things. Hmm. We were talking the other night here, and about the 14th Amendment, that is. And before we could get into a deep dialogue on the subject, I thought it was only right that we be reminded so we'll have a geographic picture in our head of what they call the South, the Deep South, Bible Belt, and all those things, you see. And as you take a look here, we're going to go back further on these maps and whatnot. And we're on the subject of the 14th Amendment. We're still on that. Okay. And trying to bring this awakening to you that the 14th Amendment was for our people and our people only. Now, understand me, the language thereof, excuse me, don't quite agree on it that way. But nevertheless, we talking 1800s. It wasn't but two groups having discussion. Don't come up in here with that Indian stuff. It's not India. Catch out with that. You can make this India, then hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Let me know you got it. You're going, you know what I'm saying? You hit me right there. Send that bad boy right there. That you have the science, the evidence that this America, United States, we already went over what it says, United States of America, right? Just as a sleeve is a part of a shirt, right? It's not the whole shirt. Say United States of America. United States is a sleeve. America is the whole shirt. You follow? Okay. That's just the way it is. We don't often get a chance to have someone to just really come out and really just get deep depth into these conversations. They normally just breeze right by them. And that's cool until it's not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Until it's not now. Once it's not, then you can't say anything. That I did swing by and at least try to let you know. Same thing with this black thing. You're not black. This microphone thing is black. This thing of the ear is black. Do that thing look like this the same color as me or you? The answer is no. So you know you're not black. You understand? You know you got to be talking about something else. You follow? It's just the way it is. Should have never been in the game in the first place. A bunch of people running around talking about their crayons. Did you hear them this past election? You had white people, black people, brown people, people of color, and then the guy running, you called him the orange man. Now that's 5 or 6 colors. Now look, when other nations look at this, they look at America, and they hear them throwing around them colors, especially that black. James Brown made a boo-boo with that. I'm black and I'm proud. He didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We get this thing going real good. I'm going to bring up something. I'm going to show it to you. Then when I'm all finished, I'm going to ask you the question. Are you really black? And are you going to stand on it? Because when they treat you like it, don't say nothing. Just no ride, no protest, no march, none of that. None of that. Let me see that I bring that thing in here. They be playing. And I'm not off subject. You think I am? I'm bringing this right back in again. I'm multitasking. 2 conversations talking about the same group of people. Now, chew on that for a second. I say chew on that for just a second. Uh-huh. One of these days, we're going to have to realize that, and for most of us, we're running out of time. You're in your 50s and 60s. Um, I think it'd be fair to say most likely we have more years behind us than we have in front of us. And we have to ask ourselves, information are we going to leave here for our children? I'm telling them right off the rip, run from that black. The way they throw it around, it's time to run from it. You never was black. Should have never came up with it in the first place. It makes you not be able to be counted, if you will. You can't really profess to be a no people. And the only flag that I know is black is that can of roach spray. Black flag. You understand? Okay. Now that we understand that we're not black, 14th Amendment was for us and us only. And the reason being is, you see that slave state and territories? See how far it went all the way up to Maryland, almost close to my home state. Just south. Old New Jersey. Where at least one side of you points back to the south. I understand in the breaking down of my family on my father's side, on his mother, my granny, she don't know nothing about the South. No history, no trail, no line, no nothing. My father, on the other hand, father and his father's father were originally from Florida. Now that's my father's side. The Johnson. And I'm going to get back to them last names too one day. Got to email me and remind me. I done heard enough, especially from the old Chicago guy. You know what I mean? Like you can do what you want to do. You can be called by whatever you want to be called by. But you need to keep your last name in a little box. Okay? Because it has a birthday. Not you, the person. I'm talking about the last name. It has a birthday. And if not careful, it'll have an expiration date too. You understand? In the South, as we all know, and then you got little Missouri up there, it was a big fight. I'll tell you something else I hear people say, and you're wrong. It sounds good. Y'all taking something that somebody mentioned in a conversation, not at one time did they make it by law that you were 2/3 of a human being. That's not what they were saying. Now, for the layman's, if that's the best you can come up with, and you feel like that's what they were saying, that's just the end of it, hey, if it gets you on the right side of things, fine. But the honest truth is, that's not what it was saying. You understand? It was more of a count. Now, it did make it look like 2 or 3 of y'all wasn't there. So if you got 5, I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count 3. 2 they irrelevant, non-existent. You know what I'm saying? They're there but not there type of stuff. You understand? And that was the North. The South wanted to count you head to head to head to head. Okay? It just didn't want you to get off in their voting box, though. They didn't want none of that. 14th Amendment came into play to make America descendants of slavery, to bring them into the folds with everybody else, which wasn't but only 1.5 of the group, the Europeans, the half European natives that keep claiming they Indians, but they're not, because this is not India. I would love to be in the House of Congress, stand up and put a dagger in that. Get out of here with that mess. Okay. 14th Amendment stood, honestly, and to do it correctly, we would need to back up to the 13th Amendment. Okay. It actually has 20 different sections to it, and they were ratified. And what you have to picture is the opposite of what you see today. Internet, phone speed, Ethernet wires. I have a phone in my pocket, but it's really a whole freaking computer. I think they don't do it justice calling it a phone. It does so much. And if you wanted to, you could contact your people. You could contact them. On the other hand, our people was caught in a whole other situation where it wasn't as easy to contact each other. If not, like I was showing y'all before, that Chief Justice Roger Taney, and I read this a couple of nights ago, so I'm just going to paraphrase it and read it again. You understand? He basically was saying, like, these folks wasn't meant to be. They was excluded for a reason. Were not intended to be included under the word citizen in the Constitution. Therefore, this is him talking now, claim none of the rights and privileges. And see, even rights, privileges, benefits, those are some, you want freedom, is what you want. Rights, privileges, benefits, these things can be taken away from you so fast, it'll make your head spin. You understand? However, that came later. And even that was by accident. But we'll cover that another day. Taney was dead up 100 for real. He wasn't hearing none of it. Not one iota of this nonsense. And I guess to a degree, he got his feelings hurt. That's my test run. Let me see what I got. We'll come back with part two. Y'all helping me. And I plan on coming back to help you. And then together, we're going to meet in the middle. It's some serious stuff. We got a lot of stuff to go over. Get a load of this. This has a story behind it. Okay? That has a story behind it. Yeah. Here's another map from the other night. We got to look at it a little closely. We got a timeline. All this nonsense, all these different names, slave, the N-word, Negro, colored, black, African American, so on and so forth. But nevertheless, we're here. We're going to make it happen. And then we'll go from there. That's what I have. That's what I have. Until the next time, bear with me. We getting it